13th round with your main man, Kenny Caraway. Shout out to my guys over at Meister Watches. Shout out Ryan. Shout out to all my people over there at Meisters doing what they do. We had boxing in Fresno, California over the weekend as Mikey Garcia came to California, came into the Central Valley to face some guy named Sandor Martin. And not only did Mikey Garcia face some guy named Sandor Martin, he lost to some guy named Sandor Martin, which is an embarrassing loss. And Mikey looked terrible. He looked terrible. I didn't see all the fight, but I saw enough to know that Mikey Garcia has no business blowing up to 145, I think he was, coming into that fight and trying to fight in the 147-pound division. Mikey Garcia, at one point, was a top 10 pound-for-pound fighter. And the fact that he is faded, as Mike Tyson once said, into Bolivian, it's just absolutely ridiculous. He's had contract disputes. He's had legal matters with Top Rank, Bob Arum, all this other stuff. And where's it gotten him? It's gotten him to the point where he's paid. He's got money. That's not an issue. But he doesn't have the fights to match up with what a lot of people thought his legacy would be. He tried to take on Errol Spence, dared to be great, got beat down. There's no shame in that. He should have been able to come back, bounce back from that, and have a number of great fights in the 140-pound division. Instead, he decides that he wants to move up to 147, looks terrible at 147 physically, and then in the ring just looked like a shell of himself and lost to some guy named Sandor Martin. Tragic. Mikey, get your mind right. Get back in the lab. Maybe cut down. Don't be afraid to go back into the 140-pound division and see if maybe you can take on some of those guys there and get back some of that fame and some of that glory that you had when you were on the come up. So, Mikey, it's time to go back into the drawing board, man. That's the 13th round.